Okay, guys, I told you you'd be on your own for the study guide, but I had some time today, so I thought I'd do a little study guide video for you. I mean, just like the other two tests, the stuff on the study guides, what's fair game for your, essay-ish type stuff. Anything in your notes is fair game for true, false, multiple choice, matching, stuff like that. So, so we got 6 and 8. Remember, nothing from chapter 7. That's the bone stuff we're kind of in the middle of in lab. That's on there. Know the four broad categories of bone based on shape. It's easy. And an example. Sometimes they ask you for an example of each. Sometimes I don't. But there's like two of the fours, long and short. So they're not like fancy terms or anything like that. Okay, here number 2. What is the epiphysis and diaphysis of a bone? That is definitely on there. Sometimes it's on there as define the terms. Sometimes it's fill in the blank. Like I'll say, what do you call the shaft of a long bone? This is on there verbatim, I think. It says, where in a long bone would you find the medullary cavity and what substance fills it in an adult? Yeah, that's on there verbatim. This is on there. What is an epiphyseal line? Here, I tell you what, make one change and it'll be verbatim. What is an epiphyseal line? That's on there. And then it doesn't say what is an epiphyseal plate. Your question is going to be, what's the function of the epiphyseal plate, and what tissue is it composed of? Remember, it ain't bone. Okay, this is on there. What is the function of red bone marrow, and where would you find it in adults versus kids? Yeah, okay, that's pretty straight up. That one is definitely on there. This is described like the periosteum. Sometimes that's fill in the blank. Sometimes it's describe what it is. I'll give you the word. And that's sometimes on there. That's on their multiple choice if it's not on their essay. This is always on there. Don't get these two guys mixed up. The osteoblast and the osteoclast. Remember, one of them is a bone destroying cell, and one of them's a bone forming cell, and know which one's which for sure. Label a picture here. So the component parts of an osteon. So remember, we drew one in class and labeled the pieces. That is for sure on there. So check out your notes on that. Remember the osteon there. Remember they're the tree trunk looking things. I always called them. Okay, other stuff from chapter 6. There's some what is there? Oh, there's a matching question about fractures. That's really pretty easy. That's really kind of all I can really think of off the top of my. No, my brain is shut down. Yeah, matching question on fractures. Oh, some of the bone disorders and stuff. They all show up multiple choice. Achondroplasia, all that stuff. Osteoporosis, rickets. So anyway, just remember, just anything in your notes is fair game for true, false, multiple choice matching. That's just the essay sort of stuff. All right, chapter 8. Be familiar with the functional classification of joints and how much is allowed by each of the three. So remember, there's synarthrotic joints or synarthroses, amphiarthroses, and diarthroses. I'll give you the terms, but probably two of the three, or maybe even all three, will show up. So I'll say how much movement is allowed by joints that are classified as amphiarthroses. It'll be wide open, and then you tell me. Sometimes it asks for an example too, so I know an example of each. It's pretty easy. The concept is totally easy. You gotta know the words when you see them on the test. But remember, the concept is they move they move a lot, they don't move at all, and they sort of kind of move. Are your three categories. Just know what terms go with what. Muscles origin and insertion. I think that's on there. Okay, here. This is the one I thought we might have kind of needed to review. Be familiar with flexion, extension, abduction, adduction, supination, pronation. It says fill in the blank. I always do a couple of these where there's going to be pictures of guys, and they're going to be doing various movements, and then you'll have to tell me what they're doing. Like, we did some examples probably in the notes, but I'm going to try. Hold on a second. Let me pull up paint and kind of show you. Paint. Let's move that up. All right, there we go. So there'll be stuff on there like this is probably going to be hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Stuff like here like this. So there'll be pictures of guys. So let's draw a guy. Doop 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 doop. All right, and say he's got looks like he's got some scoliosis there. But okay, say so he's like this, and check out what's going on with his left arm. So it was down like that, and no, he's facing you, and then he moves it up like that, like he's waving goodbye to you or something. There you go. And then down here will be blank. What type of movement is that? All right, so he's facing. So this movement is being done in the transverse plane. He was in anatomical position, and he brought his arm. He moved his arm laterally away from that. So I won't exactly tell you, but it's one of your ductions. Just know which duction it is: abduction or adduction. Well, no, both. Either one can show up on the test. Who knows what picture is going to be on there? I honestly don't remember myself. Okay, let's do. Nah. Okay, let's do another one. How about this? Let's do a guy, and that's his nose. Pretend like that looks like a nose, and there we go. And I lost track of what I was doing. I got into the art. All right, so I'm this one's just gonna be stick. Wait. Oh man. All right. Little devil man. Okay, so he was anatomical position here, and then what's going on at the hip joint? So say his other leg, it was down, and he brought it up. Now it's like this. Okay, so blank. So he did some movement at the hip joint there. So he was in anatomical position, and now he is not. This is also movement in the sagittal plane. Note he's moving forward, and that's all you need to know to be able to determine. I'll give you a hint. It's either flexion or extension. Know which one. Okay, so there's some review on that and the type of stuff you'll see. All those pictures in your books are also good too, guys, to review all that stuff with. Okay, so let's go back here. Yeah, all the movements are multiple choice. Yeah, there's a bunch of anyone that we did pretty much gets at least one question on the test. We did supination and pronation. I can't really draw that. Sometimes I can pull pictures from other sources, but they're definitely on there. Opposition, dorsiflexion, plantar flexion, inversion, eversion, all that stuff. Note about the function of bursa and tendon sheaths and their basic structure. Yeah, that's usually on there. That's pretty easy. Other stuff from the joint chapter. I don't know. There's nothing that's really exceptionally painful. There's questions about it. We did those 3 different types of arthritis: osteoarthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, and we did gout. They all get a question, and everything's on there, just like always. So there's your study guide.